Hello, hello. I think I'm live. Wait, I'm going to put on some headphones just so it's easier to hear, hopefully. And there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear better. And so, yeah, the plan here is I'm just going to get some work done and stay live in case you want to chat, ask questions, hang out, whatever it might be. I know I haven't been making that many videos lately, and so I kind of just wanted to do something. Just to be able to connect and chat once again. But otherwise, it's pretty free form, and I'll leave it at that. I did want to say something at the beginning. I want to sort of give an introduction or talk about my situation before we even got started. And basically, I know I haven't been making that many videos lately, and the reason why is basically I've been busy. I have a lot of work to do. So in a way, it's a good thing for me because I have all this stuff to do, but I really just don't have that much time to dedicate to making videos here. And I mean, yeah, but that's pretty much it. In the future, I think it's probably going to continue this way. So I don't know how much more time I can dedicate to these videos. Unfortunately, these videos they don't make me money. They don't. So I do have the YouTube ads on, but it doesn't earn me enough for anything. It earns me, I think, about $20 a month, which is something, but not enough to earn me a living. So I need to concentrate on stuff that earns me a living. And so, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And in a way, it's really too bad because I really like doing these videos and I like providing this information, but I really can't justify it that much. I'll probably have videos sporadically, but not as regularly as before. And I think that's more or less the plan. But if you ever do have any questions of freelance translation for anything having to do with, translation or also just freelancing in general, chances are I have the answers on this channel. I have 700 plus videos. And so whatever your question might be for freelance translation, if you search on the videos, you'll probably find the answer. Otherwise, there are many other ways in which you can find answers, because that's the thing. If I'm not as active, I won't be answering questions in the comments and stuff like that as often because I don't get to read them as often. I'm just, too busy with other stuff. Chances are the questions have already been answered somewhere in these videos. Otherwise, like you all know, I have a book out, I have a course out, and there I lay out everything to do from A to Z. I offer reviews of resumes. I offer one-on-one consulting / advisor / mentorship. I pretty much offer like anything, any which way I can think of to help. I offer. I can't actually do the work for you. I can't, do the translation work for you, but I try to offer everything else, and I think it's pretty complete, everything that I offer. So yeah, hopefully, whatever it might be, you can still find answers to questions here. I am available now and I'll be chatting. So if you want to chat about something, that's fine as well. But in the meantime, I'll be getting some work done. So, you can just feel free to keep me company and say hi if you want. Either way works for me. And what else? That's pretty much it. I was contemplating a certain. See, the thing is, and the issue I have with the questions that people ask, like on YouTube and stuff like that, is it happens quite often that someone will ask me a question and I'll research the answer, or, I'll link them to the video because I might have already made a video, but, I'll also try to research the question and give a good answer, and say, try this and that, this should be up to date, or try this thing and blah, blah, blah. And I try to give a good, thorough answer. And it happens, more often than you'd think, that 2 months or even 3 months later, I'll get a reply saying, "Oh, cool, thanks." And I'm like, if you haven't checked your reply in 3 months, I know with pretty much 100% certainty you're not going to follow through, and you're not going to become a freelance translator. Not because you're not capable, but just because you're not putting in the effort. And it's just draining when I put in effort. And I'm trying to help with people who leave comments, and then I never hear a reply, or hear a reply months down the line, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to follow through. I really love it when people do follow through, and I have people who follow through, and then later, they become freelance translators. In fact, I have several that I've then worked with them as freelance translators, and that's awesome. I wish I wish that could be the case for everyone. And at the end of the day, what differentiates the people who follow through from the people who don't follow through is whether they have skin in the game. By and large, that's what I've seen. When someone just messages me out of nowhere, I don't know, but I give it more probability that I won't hear from them again, and that's it. But if someone comments, on my course or something like that, or I know they've put in money, or in some other way they have skin in the game, they've already put in the effort, they show they're committed, then they're so much more likely to follow through and yeah, and to get results. So I'm not sure where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so and that's why it's kind of draining to reply to a lot of comments and then not see any return. Obviously, and I see no financial return myself, but even just to get the satisfaction to know that they're following through with the advice and putting in the effort themselves. So I don't know. I was contemplating another thing that I could offer in addition to all the other stuff I offer is to answer one question at a time. I have a thing down below where you can like buy me a coffee or something, and you donate a small amount and buy me a coffee. And so I might do something like that. You pay a small amount. I don't care what it is, just something to show that you have some commitment, and then I'll answer your question. And so I might do something like that. I don't know. Anyway. But for now, I've just been, busy with work. And so that's why you haven't seen that many videos of mine. But we'll see how things go as things progress. But that's where it stands right now. But I did want to spend this time with you guys now. I have some time. I'm going to be just doing a lot of cleaning up and sorting stuff out. So, I can chat while I do that. And so, yeah, feel free to chat and stop by. Otherwise, I will be quiet and I will get some work done. And if you guys say anything in the chat or anything, it should notify me so I can chat with you. Or, you can just stay quiet and keep me company. Either way works. Ooh, coffee's hot. If you've just logged on and wondering what's going on, by the way, I feel like I should remind people every now and then. If you've just logged on and wonder what's going on, I'm just getting some work done. And while I keep this open in case anyone wants to chat or just keep me company or what have you. And so feel free to keep me company and or chat and or, no, wait, actually I want to, oh, I do have the chat open. Okay, yeah, so feel free to, yeah, just keep me company. I'm going to keep this open. I'm just doing some spring cleaning stuff with all my files and stuff. So I figured I might as well keep you guys company while I do so, since I haven't done a video in a while. And I'm replying to a bunch of emails that I need to reply to, et cetera, et cetera. Things that have been on the back burner because I've been a bit busy lately. Federico Gomez, hello. How's it going? Where are you writing from, actually? I'd be curious to see where you guys are. From Argentina. Nice. I actually lived in Argentina for around 2 years when I was a little kid. I have like 2 memories from that. I lived in Buenos Aires, but it's we went back to visit actually. It was beautiful. I'd love to go back again. Hi from England. Hello to England. We're getting, oh yeah, it's in the middle of the day there in England. Oh, Stefan, hi. Hi, Robert. I think this type of video is very original. I'm also working. It feels like we're in the same workplace. I do have a question regarding market research. How do you conduct a market research to find clients? So this is, how do you conduct market research to find clients? In other words, to find your ideal client. So the issue that I have with this, there are various ways to do it. The issue I have with this is you don't know who your ideal client is. You can guess and you can make an educated guess, but you really don't know until you start getting clients. So at the beginning, you can try different things and kind of see what sticks. My recommendation is once you do find a client in a certain industry, in a certain place, go all in there. You know, don't ask yourself why or how, but just keep going there and the reasons will become apparent after a while. If you're really kind of out of the blue and you have no idea where to find clients, then it's based on your background, I think, more than anything. If you have a background in, you know, say finance, then chances are you'll find clients in the financial world because you'll be able to talk to them as someone who knows what they're talking about, and you'll be able to understand each other. They'll see that you have a background in finance. It makes it that much more likely that you can work with them. But you never know. My background is, yeah, finance and econ, but I ended up doing probably more translations in the legal field after a while, just because, yeah, I was asked, you know, at a certain point, there was some overlap when you did business documents and stuff like that, documentation, you know, for the lawyers translated, and I worked on it, and I found out I was quite good. They were very happy with my work, and it turns out I'm quite good at legal translations. And so you never know where things will take you. But if you need a starting point, it will be based on your background, I would say. In terms of where to go exactly, if you're looking at agencies, obviously, you know, set up your pros.com alerts and stuff like that. In terms of finding end clients, anywhere. LinkedIn, to me, has lately, I think LinkedIn has been really good for finding end clients. And I think it's a great way to do so. But you can try cold emailing, cold calling, you know, trying finding people in your area. I would join local organizations as well, and local associations, chambers of commerce, stuff like that, just to have your name out there. And if and when, you know, we start meeting again in person, then you'll be well placed to, you know, get well known around the area in your neighborhood. So then you'll be, you know, top of mind when people need translations. I hope that helps. I hope that's what you were asking. Yeah, and in terms of your other thing, I like, yeah, you say you feel we're in the same workplace while we do this. That's kind of the feel I was going for. I didn't know if I should add music or something. But yeah, it's like we're all hanging out in the same coffee shop, working and getting stuff done. By the way, Stefan, I keep pronouncing your name Stefan. I don't know if it's pronounced Stefan or another way. I know we've interacted several times, but I might be mispronouncing it. I apologize if I do. But thank you so much. Yes, perfect. I think we talked about the benefits of LinkedIn to find clients has been very helpful for me as well. Yeah, I think LinkedIn has been growing lately, and I think it will continue to grow. I think people have gotten more used to it since we've all been, working from home, and so I think it will keep growing. I think if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you should create one, and if you're on LinkedIn, you should be active on LinkedIn because it's been a lot going on there. Just call me Steph. Good to know. Steph. The thing is, and I say join these associations. I find myself, because I'm a member of associations here, I find myself spending so much time. So think twice before joining the board of an association or something, because these things obviously don't pay anything, but they can take up so much of your time. And I'm a member of a couple. I'm on the board of a couple of associations here in Charlotte, and yeah, it it can take up a lot of time. But being on the board can actually really help also in terms of visibility. So, it can be a trade-off. To be honest, I hate doing sales as a freelance translator. I actually ended collaborating with a sales specialist whom I graduated with. Hopefully, this collaboration leads us somewhere. Hopefully, I hate sales as well. Yeah. And so actually, if this works out and collaborating with sales specialist works out, I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to hear your experience and how that goes, because I've tried a couple different things. I tried hiring someone on Upwork to do, like digital sales and lead generation, and that didn't really work out well at all. But if it's someone that you know personally, then it could be different. And I'd be very curious to hear how that goes. Actually, yeah. And actually, I'm curious. So, how would you be? Would you pay them on commission then? I guess. So if they find you a job, you pay them a percentage or something like that. I hear my wife outside. Oh, she was, yeah. Can hear her talking to someone. I forgot she's selling some furniture to someone. Oh, yes, I tried Upwork as well. I've got a few people who reached out, but I didn't feel like they were serious, so I closed the job. I'll pay them on commission. Yeah, and that's probably a good thing that you close the job, because I actually tried it out and ended up wasting my money. So, yeah, that was probably a good instinct. Yeah, and paying him on commission, exactly. So paying him on commission is good, obviously, because you don't have to pay him unless you get paid. But it also doesn't give him much pressure. Now, if he's a sales specialist, then actually it's his industry. So hopefully he has pressure because he wants to succeed in his industry anyway. But because another thing that I tried was kind of just with friends and people like that, saying, "Hey, I pay a 10% commission on any sales you can get me," and one or two things did work out, small jobs here and there, someone who needed like a certificate translator or something like that. But, by and large, people are like, "Oh, that's cool to know." And then that's it. Because, they're not going to put in any effort. If something falls in their lap, then fine. But if it's a sales specialist, then that's probably a good sign. Yeah. So I'm very curious to hear how that goes. I will keep you updated. Cool. Thanks. Perfect. Yeah, it'll be good to know. By the way, once again, if anyone's just joining me or wondering what's going on here, I'm just getting some work done and keeping this open in case you want to chat, hang out, or ask any questions, or you don't and just want to, hang out and work with me while I work. It's just a very open session, just because I haven't done a video in a while, and I wanted to do something. Hi from France. How are things doing? Hello, Luca. Hello, Luca Johansson. Things are going quite well here. I don't know if you can hear that. There's quite a bit of noise out there. Things are going quite well here. How are things in France? I mean, aside from everything going on in the world, things are okay. Pretty good, I suppose. Luca writes, it's a bit messy everywhere because of you know what, but I reckon it's good at the moment. Sun is coming back. Yeah, sun. I don't know if you mean that literally or metaphorically, but yes, hopefully both. I can't wait to travel again. I've been spending. If you guys don't know, there's a game called GeoGuessr, and I think I've mentioned. I think I did a video on it as well. But it's a fun game where you basically it drops you off anywhere in the world in Google Earth, and you have to guess where you are. And so I've been doing that because it's just I don't know, maybe because I'm going crazy, or uh, I just miss travel. Okay, anyway, this is done. Oh, and Steph, thank you for the coffee. I just got the confirmation. I appreciate it very much. I mentioned I mentioned at the beginning of the video that because I in the description below I have a thing where you can buy me a coffee. It's like ko.fi.com, and so I'm thinking of doing a thing where because I just don't have time to keep up with the channel regularly, and I spoke about this all at the beginning, but I'm thinking of doing a thing where if you buy me a coffee, you know, you give a certain amount, doesn't matter what, you know, then I'll actually go through the effort and answer because at least it shows a certain amount of commitment. I talked about it all at the beginning, but I get a lot of people sort of asking and then you know. And then they disappear for like 3 months, and then they come back and say, "Oh yeah, thanks." And I'm like, if you didn't read the response for 3 months, like it's you're not going to follow through anyway. It's just disheartening. Anyway, so but thank you, Steph, for the coffee. I appreciate it, and I will enjoy it. You are very welcome. Thank you. Oh, and Lucas, I planned a trip to Barcelona, but it may be canceled again. Yeah, my parents planned a trip to, and actually my sister too, and her husband planned a trip back to Italy later on, and that one might be canceled because you know they might still have to do the 2 weeks quarantine, in which case it's you know not worth going if you spend the whole time in quarantine, and or you know or it's just the case. I mean you know so there are a bunch of things to follow, so there it's all wait and see at this point. But yeah, let me repeat a bit sort of what I said before. If you do have questions in terms of freelance translation, I'm here right now, but I'm not here that often. I'm not making videos that often. But I do have like 700 videos or more on this channel. So chances are, if you search for them, you'll find the answer. Otherwise, I have a book. I have a course out. All links to all of that are down there. I offer CV, like resume reviews. I offer one-on-one consulting and mentorship. I offer like everything I can think of in terms of help and how to do it. I can't do the actual work for you, but I try to offer everything. And anyway, another thing that I had recently is just if you have a one-off question to do this coffee thing, you just give whatever small amount for a coffee and I'll answer your question. That way, at least it'll get answered. So I thought, to add that as well. But yeah, because I won't be able to dedicate that much time to this channel, going forward. I'm just too busy, quite frankly. Oh, and here, Delph is asking something long. Hi, I have a question, but since there is a limit to how many characters I can type, I have to type it in parts. Hopefully I'm not ranting or distracting you too much. How important is it to find a niche as a translator? I see people looking for translators in various fields, law, finance, healthcare all the time. Definitely currently studying English at university, which is also focused on translation. We make our own portfolio, yet I don't really have any professional background, anything specific. Should the niche come from my hobbies then? It's always difficult to start because people often prefer translators who have experience, live abroad, have certificates, etc. And then Luca says, hi, Delph. How important is it to build a portfolio in translation? I can't tell if you were asking that to Delph or to me. Anyway, look, Delph, briefly, a niche is important. I do think at the beginning you can try experimenting with, your hobbies, what you feel comfortable with. Usually has something to do with your background, what you studied or what you like or what you did as summer jobs, internships, stuff like that. For me, my background was in econ and finance, and that's where I started. But after a while, like I mentioned before, I went into legal translations. And so you never know where things will lead you. But a good starting point is, your hobbies. And at least there you can write, oh, I've, whatever your hobbies might be. If you want to do sports, you can say I'm an avid sports person, and I've played in this and that sport, and I've been involved with all this stuff. And especially if you've been able to do it in two languages, that can help. So try to find what it is, but over time, you never know, and things can go a certain way. But that's the best starting point. It does help to have a niche. Obviously, you have generalized translations if people want a website, or websites usually have a certain topic, but you never know. You have more general things as well. But yeah, I think it definitely does help to have a niche, and as time goes by, to focus more and more and more on that niche. So that should always be a target. You can start a bit more general, but try to find that niche, because the more you can target it, the more you can be specialized, and the more you can charge, the easier the translations become, so you can do more of them, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, this is done. I need to delete these. Delph, my pleasure. So Luca, I actually, sorry, you asked a question. You said, hey, Delph. I don't know if you were asking me or Delph. It makes more sense that you would ask me, actually. Building portfolio, it's quite important. Over time, you will naturally have one, because you'll have jobs. If you don't have a portfolio now, it's actually quite easy. Choose any text you want, translate it, and that's your translation. Even if you didn't get paid to do a translation, it's still your work, so you can still use it as a portfolio. And so at the beginning, do that. Obviously, as you do paid jobs, you should use those instead. But but yeah, any text that you have translated yourself can work because that's your work. So you can use that in as a portfolio. By the way, if you have a pros.com account, it has its own thing where you can input the portfolio. But otherwise, you can just do it yourself, like have a Word document with the text in both languages and just say it's available upon request. Okay. I had no idea it's worth it. How can people judge my portfolio without knowing the context of the source? Well, you include the source text. So you include source text and then target text. You can give an introduction about the context. You can say this was a user manual for something, something, something. But otherwise, yeah, you can give it because I assume they won't read it. They'll read it. I do read it, and what happens is they usually have someone. It depends on the agency, but they usually have people who know both languages, so they can definitely read and judge it. So I would definitely make them available. They might not read in detail, or if it's a different. Anyway, you don't know, but yeah, there's definitely a good chance that they will read it if they're thinking of hiring you, especially if it's for a big job or something. By the way, it doesn't need to be long. It can be like a paragraph. Just pick a paragraph you translated well and put that. It doesn't need to be the whole thing. In fact, yeah, the whole thing, they're not going to read it. But yeah, just put a paragraph of, you know, some of your good, best translations, and there you go. Let's go there. Thanks. Good to know. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. I By the way, and I did mention this on the community section. I do want to. So what I'd like, I don't have many videos planned, but I would like to do a webinar at some point. And I think if you go under the community section of this channel, I have different topics that I could do it on. So if you are interested in a webinar, feel free to let me know what you would like it to be on. And it's a poll there. You can click your what you prefer it to be on, or I have a section if you want it to be on something else. You can input it. And so yeah, I'll probably schedule a webinar at some point soon. And I'm in talks that you can get ATA credits for it. So I might be able to add that as well in case you guys are in the ATA or have an interest in it. So feel free to let me know. In the community section, and that will be coming up at some point soon. I don't know when exactly, but I'd like to do it. I might work on this on my CV because I've been getting nothing but rejections lately. Work on having a portfolio. Make sure your CV and your online profile also are all tip top. These are things that should all be in place before you get started. Quite frankly. So you can have everything in place because they're going to look at your CV. They're also going to look at your online profile and all that stuff. For a small job, maybe less, but for bigger jobs, definitely. Okay, I'm probably going to log off in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, something like that. I do have a meeting at 11. That's 15 minutes away. I'm going to try to get some more work done before that happens. But in the meantime, in the meantime, I'll keep working for another 10 minutes or so. And so feel free to say hi. Where you're writing from. Steph, I have a meeting with a potential client in 15 minutes. It was a pleasure, Robert. Pleasure is all mine. Good luck with the potential client. And yeah, definitely let me know how it goes with the sales specialist. I'm very interested in hearing about that. Luca, thanks for this video call format. You mentioned a webinar. Where do we sign up? Yeah, so sorry. The webinar, if you go in the YouTube community section, let me see where it is exactly. You go to my YouTube channel, there's usually videos, and there's a community section where you can write things down. I should, maybe I should do it. Maybe I should do a LinkedIn poll or something. Let's see if I can give a direct link to it. There we go. And I just have a poll there, and to see if there's any interest and what you'd be interested in. Let's see. There we go. 37 votes so far. Let's see if I can link to it. I think this will link to it. So if you click on that post, I think it'll link to that poll. Feel free to let me know your thoughts for what topic you want. I haven't set a date yet. It kind of depends on when I can find time. But yeah, I'd like to do a webinar, and at some point in the near future. And so I'll definitely let you know. Stay tuned. I'll I don't know, either make an announcement like a video here, or do it on the community section, LinkedIn. I'll probably do all of those. So as long as you keep track, you will know. And yeah, and so feel free to let me know. And otherwise, yeah, that's like I said, this has been a freestyle format, and I'm just keeping company. You guys keeping me company, me keeping you guys company while I get some spring cleaning done, some work done, some stuff I need to get done on my computer. And wait, Lucas, I followed you on LinkedIn in case you talk about it again. Awesome. Yeah, I'm quite active on LinkedIn. So yeah, that's good as well. I'm probably more active on LinkedIn than anywhere else. So feel free to follow me there. And but yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how regularly I can make videos in the near future. I mean, and I probably can't do it that regularly. And so that's why I wanted to do this, where we could all chat with each other. But like I said, you ever have any questions for freelance translation, I have 700 plus videos. You can search through them. I do have the book and the course. It's all linked down below. I offer CV review. I offer one-on-one like mentorship or consulting, like either a one-time thing or regularly, whatever. Those depend on time. But anyway, you can check out links to all of that. And like I just announced here in this video, I'm probably going to do a thing where if you have just a one-off question, you can just, donate whatever amount, I don't care, on Ko-fi, and then I'll answer it. And because that way it will at least get my attention, and at least I know you have some sort of commitment, like you're serious about it, and it's not something like where I do research and actually try to answer, and then I don't hear, like, you don't even see the reply for the next 3 months, and stuff like. Anyway, I talked about all that in the beginning, but yeah. So I basically try to have any different option available, and yeah. On that note, I think I will say goodbye and try to get ready for my next meeting, and try to close stuff up before I do so. But otherwise, I hope you guys. Wish you guys all the best in translation, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully, we can talk at some point in the not too distant future. And again, when we have the webinar, hopefully I can do that, and hopefully it can be of use to you guys. And so feel free to let me know any feedback in the link that I provided there in the chat. And otherwise, I'll talk to you next time. Take care, and savedum. I mean, once I figure out how to end this stream. Oh, there we go. Okay. Where it says end stream. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Savedum.